All right, let's get started here. Let me do a quick sound check. I think sound's coming through okay. So we can, I think we're good to start. So guys, welcome to the trading room. My name is Saul, glad to be with you. Before we get started, remember we're gonna be analyzing, managing, trading live market conditions. So anything I show here is not meant to be a buy or sell signal on any specific instrument or a specific time frame. I want to show you some concepts, principles that you might go and apply on your own situations. I think that's the disclaimer. So with that being said, let me go to the charts and I'll show you what am I doing. Just give me 1 second. I'll plug this here. Whoop. Okay, we good. So, as you know, I've been showing you long-term setups on my Freestyle account, and I'll show you my update on over there. And I'm also trading some short-term setups, so we have something to do and manage and do. And I'll give you my long-term perspective on USD CAD and some pairs that I have open over here, and then I'll try to catch another, a short-term movement on any of these pairs. So my view is right now on the USD CAD. So we had over the last weeks, we have a very clear dollar strengthening against major pairs. So we see that all across the board, and same with dollar CAD, which is the pair I have open here. So even if we look closer on how price action was formed here in order to go up, and this time to go down, and this one time to go up, this was fundamental driven. Okay, this was a fundamental movement to the upside, creating a very clear demand areas. Okay, so of course there's a clear demand at the bottom, and then if we go to lower time frames, so we can recognize other areas of demand. Okay, these are areas where significant movements were created, okay, or were started. So the movement I'm trying to catch next, okay, my vision on this pair is something like that, a pullback, which is where we're at right now, and a second test, or this would be the a third test of the highs. Okay, now this movement to the upside probably is not going to test the highs, but might be only a shorter movement to the upside in order to continue lower. Okay, any case, what I'm trying to catch is this movement to the upside. Now I might be a little late to the party if that movement has started already, but when I drop to lower time frames and try to see where's that movement going to happen. So this might be one area, okay, but we had that reaction already, so I might be late for that. We might go all the way to these levels here before we do the movement to the upside, and if we break that low, we might go all the way down to either these levels or those levels. Okay, so I'm waiting for that pullback. I don't know what's going to happen. The thing is, if I miss this first reaction, we go all the way to the lows, and then I need to place my stops over there. My risk is 88 points, okay, 88 pips of risk, which is, it's a lot. So I need to start very, very small with my lot size, and this would be if I'm analyzing an hourly chart. If I want to jump to the 5-minute chart and from here try to catch the movement, I don't see much. I don't see a lot here. I mean, we have this support over there. I don't have a lot here, so I would need to wait for price to go all the way to the lows in order to add. Okay, I don't have a lot in between, so maybe I was a little anticipated that entry there, but I need to wait how this price reacts. If we're going to continue in this price action is going to continue in a channel, so I have no problem just adding and getting myself in a better position. But my overall bias is to the upside. Okay, I want to try to catch the next leg higher. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. We'll see if I have the opportunity to take that to make that movement. Now on my Freestyle account, I will show you in a second. I caught the breakout trade. Okay, so the breakout trades are tricky, and it's important to read price action to understand if a break is actually going to happen or it's going to be a false breakout. And I have said that I'm not a huge fan of catching breakouts, but when you see how price is pressing to the tops, and then you drop to the 1 hour chart, and you see how price is not pulling down, it's just spending a lot of time at the tops. Okay, sellers are not present. So I once I jump to my Freestyle account, we'll have a look at that. But essentially, I believe I got in here and I caught the break, and I was in front of the computer, so I took profits, but I got like 30 pips of take profit instead of a potential larger win. So no problem. But what I do like is the fact that we've created a new demand area here. Okay, we established the break continuation, so we established a new demand here area. So now a pullback to that area provides us opportunity to join the up movement. Okay, so a retest of the breaking area. In that point, there should be more buyers interested in buying, and then we can catch the next leg higher. If we go to the 5-minute chart, however, there was already a pullback and the test of the high. So that same pattern, okay, a pullback and a pattern. This what you see here on the 5-minute chart. That's what I'm trying to accomplish on the USD CAD on the dailies. Okay, a pullback and a retest of those highs. Okay, that's essentially what I'm trying to get. Now, if this time price goes lower, I need to be careful because I'm not sure how many buyers will be willing to buy these prices, and then we might see the break all the way to the lows to see the breakup to the demand area, which is even in the 5-minute chart is very very clear. Let me bring this to here. We can see the breaking area, how powerful was that. So that's a clear demand. I feel good about this setup. So if we see a retest of this area right here, I want to be long over that area. Other than that, I don't have a lot of setups on other pairs. Euro long term, Euro USD long term. I wanna be long, but there's not a lot of price action suggesting to go long right now. We had a break. We're kind of testing. We could go long to try to catch the. I don't know. I'm not my favorite setup, because if we go long, we're going about to be meeting a lot of resistance and supply. So I need a clear price action to tell me to go long, but I think from this price action we should be moving into a leg higher. Okay, let's go to the USD CAD. Let's see if we can do something about it. Let's go drop to the 1 minute chart to see if there's something interesting. Okay. Okay, so that area, let me see if we can have a test. Let's see if from this mid support we can have some room to go. Okay, some reaction to the upside, at least to reduce risk on our position, or try to fix the first entry, which was premature. If we see follow through, then I need to wait. Maybe I will scale out a little bit of the position, and I will add at the bottoms. I need to see price action around this area, and I'll try to, first to fix, to reduce exposure, and then to look for profitability. Okay, so if we keep reading price, okay, we have a reaction, no follow through. Okay, so we haven't met a point where buyers are interested enough on buying. So let's keep reading. As long as this doesn't pick momentum to the upside, to the downside, we're fine. As long as we continue on a, kind of a channel, so we're good. Okay. And then first targets would be, around there. That would be the scalp target. Depending on price action, we want to be, if price action is showing momentum to the upside, then of course we want to go and be more greedy, and then that would be the swing target. And of course, if we see everything's going great in our favor, then we might be catching from a lower time frame. We might be catching the long-term movement we're looking for. So, as always say, new information will make me wiser and will help me make better decisions. So I have a plan, I have a grid, I have my levels of decision. Depending on how price action is getting updated, then I will react accordingly. Correct. I as retail traders, we are more reactive than proactive. This is a nice reaction. This needs to turn into a more directional reaction. Okay, something like this movement or that movement or that movement. So this needs to turn into a momentum build. Needs to build momentum to the upside. Okay. If that happens, by the way, then I can go ahead, set my stop loss. Okay, to at the top, at the bottom of this pivot point, and have to reduce risk probably. Okay. Now I want to see continuation. Okay, I want to see price continuing to the upside. If I wasn't in the trade, okay, this is an important exercise. If this has created or established a new key area, regardless of my entry point, I need to be prepared for a pullback, a retest of that area before continuing higher. Okay, something like that and that. So my stops need to be below that area. Okay, the key area. If I move my stop loss in order to be risk-free of the position to this area, then I'm not allowing the market to retest the key area, okay, or the interest area before it continues to the upside. So you want to be, you know, very mindful of potential movements in the market, and this is a good exercise to do. Okay. Okay, there's a pullback. Now, if there's an important follow through to the downside, then there's no reaction to the key, to the interest area. Then I need to think of reducing exposure, okay, taking partial losses, reducing risk, but not not before I allow the market to retest this area and potentially continue to the upside. Okay, that's very, very important. Okay, so it's establishing a lower high. Now I need price to establish a higher low than this one, okay, than previous one. If price goes and retests the low and it fails to establish a higher low than previous one, okay, around the area it's trading, okay, it's moving right there, then I need to consider taking the loss, okay, the minimum loss. Okay, that might be the reaction I was looking for. Now I need to see follow through. Okay, and see how important this is, because many times we're very urged, okay, to move our stop losses to break even, and doing so we do not allow the market to fluctuate in a normal, you know, in a normal way, okay, in a natural way. So let's see. I want to see follow through. If there's no follow through, if there's now a break of these lows, then I'll take the loss. Okay. If it breaks this low, I need to close the trade. Okay. My setup is failing. I need to look for a new setup. Okay. The 5-minute chart is not the great, it's not my favorite price action. Okay, this is a very choppy market. You know, these channels are not the easiest to trade, but at least we established a pivot point as well on the 5-minute chart. Okay, it's very clear. I want to avoid being on a break of these lows. Come on. Okay, we have kind of a consolidation right now. Let's see if we can break it. This is the second attempt to break the consolidation. Okay, or the pivot. A fail to break will open the door to the sellers. So I will be looking to reduce risk if that happens. Okay, so let's see if we can establish the pivot point. Okay, we need to see the break of the highs. If that high, that will give me confirmation this is a low, this is the low I was looking for. Then we should see price going up to around that area. That's a scalp target. Okay, there will be the scalp target, which is a very efficient target because you should expect sellers there, okay, and resistance there. So if I don't take targets, if I don't take profits around that area, I'm exposing price for a next leg lower, which I don't know how deep it's going to be. Okay, it might be just a pullback and then a break to the upside, but this leg lower might be also a reversal. Okay, like this movement right there. So the most efficient target is around that area. Okay, and then depending on how price action is forming, then I can decide to hold or to take profits. Okay, we just broke previous high. I really want to see some continuation to the upside. Okay, no continuation. That's not a great signal. Now I have a mental trailing stop, okay, to the bottom of that candle, because if price breaks there, okay, that opens up the door for that. Okay, that's a reversal candle. So I want to be peeling out some profits. And if this candle had continued to the high side, then I would wait. Okay, I would wait for longer. Okay. So now look at the difference between this push higher, okay, and this movement higher. Okay, this second movement, there was a, look at this bar, which is a very powerful buying bar, and then continuation, 1, 2, then the retest of that area and continuation. This time we had one rejection, one bearish bar, little bar, breakout bar without continuation. So we're transitioning to a kind of bearish market. So now this time there's no interest area, okay, or area of interest to retest and then continuing higher. Okay, there's just nothing here to say me market is going to stop and reverse to the upside. So I wanna be taking some profits and leaving some money to run, because now the odds are now to the downside. Okay, just compare this movement down, how powerful was that, or this movement down, and how we are now going to the upside. Okay, we're struggling to go up. Okay, we're moving to the upside in a channel. Okay, that's not a very powerful movement to the upside. So I want to be, as long as we continue in that channel, I want to be transitioning into the bearish side. Okay, and aligning myself with price action. My long-term view, Enrique, is still bullish. Okay, I started saying this is a very powerful, bullish movement. I do want to catch the next movement higher. Okay, the next leg higher, but on the 5-minute chart, 1-minute chart, I'm not seeing that. Okay, we're forming this channel. Let's clean a little bit. Okay, we are forming this channel. So if this channel continues, of course, then I'm happy, because if that continues all the way to the lows, that might be demand, and then there will be the push to the upside. Okay, but right now it's struggling to continue higher. So I want to be no, there's no point on swinging this trade. That's all I need. Okay, I need to adapt my targets and my price management and winning to what market is telling me. So now I want to switch to the bear side, but I need to wait for a pullback. Let's see if we can. Shaban commission per lot, full lot round trip is $4. Okay, now I see how this is about to retest this area down here. That's why I'm trying to transition to the low side. Okay, after that candle, that bear candle, I'm very surprised there was no continuation. Okay, I know there's some support here, but after we saw on the last minutes from this, on the last second of this candle, how there was a lot of pressure to the downside. There should have been some continuation to the low side. So now I need to keep reading price action and see what's telling me. Okay. This candle needs to hold there or retest the low. That will be an extra attempt to break this support, and now might probably do it. If that retraces and leaves a tail and turns into a bullish candle, then I need to wait to close this position again as well. Okay, like that. Okay, we have a lot of mixed signals. It's not an easy market. We have tails both sides. Failed signal after failed signal. So we need to be mindful of all that. But as long as the market stays choppy and does not gain momentum, to either side, we should be fine both directions. Here feels on the 5-minute chart that there's not a lot of strength to break. Okay, we have a second test of the highs, and it's leaving a lot of tails on the top, so we might have a little bit of movement down, maybe a large consolidation here. Let's see if how that happens. Wow. It's really struggling to go either way. It's like okay, now I want to reduce a little bit of exposure because there's a lot of bullish signals. So after that candle, I just don't know how there's no continuation to the upside. Okay, now for my trade is good, but I need to respect what market is telling me, and tell me a lot of buyers are active, so be aware of that. Okay, see how every push to the low side, the buyers are just taking over. So if I'm in a selling position, I want to reduce exposure to that market. Okay, because that makes me lose confidence on the setup, which was after this movement down. Okay, after this channel right here to go and test the lows. Okay, now the fact that we're failing on that, I need to be mindful of that and reduce exposure to that, to the setup. And here, kind of the same. You know, we have a lot of pressure on the top side, but there's just no follow through to the downside. So I have predefined risk, which is the most important. I'm just kind of surprised there's no follow through to the downside here. Okay, now here I want to see price action around that area to see if that's my next entry level. So depending on how price reacts to that area, then I'll be thinking of on adding or reducing. Okay. Very choppy market. So it's not an easy one. Okay. Just no follow through to either direction. One, two. This will be the third time we attempt to break support and reaction. Okay, rejection. So I have two options. So I either reduce exposure on each opportunity I have, or I pre-define my risk and I'm patient, because this kind of market will eventually break to either the upside or to the downside, and it will be a strong breakout. Okay, so if it breaks to the downside, I can maybe take advantage of a large breakout. Okay, maybe a breakout to the all the way to the lows, and then I can just predefine my risk setting my stop loss maybe there, and I can attempt to a 2-to-1 trade. If my objective for this market and this session is to be active, then this is not the market. Okay, we back here we were on a nice market. We were able to trade. Right now, see how price action changed. We had tail, 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 tail. Okay, so but all of those signals, okay, after all those rejection, there's just no follow through to none of them. So that makes it very, very challenging. Okay. So the character of the market has changed. So on a market like this, I want to be less greedy. There's time for greed to be greedy, and times for not being greedy. And this is a market I'm just not trusting enough to be greedy. So I want to be as exposed, the least exposed I can. Okay, finally a close. Let's see if there's some follow through. Okay, previous times market visited that support, that levels, there was rejection, 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 rejection. This time it held. Let's see if there's some continuation to the downside. And here, the market just pressing, so it is consuming all demand here, but sellers are not coming into the market to push the market down. So I'm slowly pulling out of this trade. If I see follow through and a changing in the current of the market, I will add risk again. But meantime, I'm just taking some, I'm scaling out of the position because it's just clearly not moving in my favor. Okay. And our trade, let's see if we can finally have the movement I'm looking for. Okay, there's that temp. Now I need a hold. No rejection. If market manages to break this, okay, that we'll react now to, okay, this was a previous key area, so we reacted to that now. If there's a third attempt, we should break it, and I don't see much maybe here, but if not, we should be all the way to the lows. But there needs to be an extra attempt to the downside. Here comes the market. One more attempt. Let's see if on this time we can break. We have a very large range here. Breakout should be significant. Okay, so let's break. Okay, I'll get out of this trade. Come on, let's see. Okay, rejection. Okay, it spent one tick down there. Mr. B, what do you mean by how long for the live? Okay, let's see, we need some follow through. I expect support around that area. If we manage to to break that support, we should be at the lows. No follow through. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap up here. We have a very challenging market. I don't know if there's some news ahead the market is waiting for in order to break to either side or something, but there's just not follow through to either direction on any pair. We can see the pound dollar just pressing. See that's an ugly market. Okay, see the compression here. You can see tails on both sides. It's very, for my trading style, it's a very challenging market. So I prefer to let the market reset and to go to more normal behavior, and then to go back to jump back to the market. Patterns are just not there. Very, very choppy. Okay, now we're this trade is just getting to the lows, but on a very choppy way. Okay, so it's consuming on supply. I would be all over, buying all over this market right now, because there's we're approaching a key level on a compression. There's no supply. Okay, supply has been consumed, so I want to be buying. But again, see the difference between this market, okay, price action, and now how we're moving right now with all that tails. Bar candle, black candle, white candle, black candle, white candle, black candle, white candle, black candle. So this is a very challenging market for me. So I just prefer to I made a little bit of profit, all little bites of the market. But there's no direction at all. Okay, so I'll just wait and see how that keeps behaving. And this one, it's it took a little bit off the market in profit, so I will see how that reacts. If that fails to continue lower, or probably that was the movement to the downside already. I don't know. Okay, maybe that was the movement to the downside, and there was enough support in order to bring the market all the way to the tops or something like that. So I'll let you go, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. Hopefully next week, market will be more clean, and we'll be able to have more setups in front of us. Okay. That's it. Thank you, guys. Have a nice week, trading week. Bye bye.